This is exactly what you need to do to land your first remote client on Upwork as a freelancer. If you follow exactly what I'm going to be showing you in this video, you can get a client that will pay you at least $50 in less than 7 days to do a very simple project. Okay, and that money, that small amount of money is going to change your freelance journey on Upwork. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is India Ozuba, and if you're new here, I am a remote work strategist, and the only job I'm doing right now is to help African freelancers become remote ready and hireable, and also make consistent money online. So do well to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, ask your questions in the comment, then share this so that someone else can also benefit from what you're about to benefit from this video. Now, before we dive right into the steps, we need to establish two non negotiables, and they are number one, you must have a digital skills. Yeah, it is a non negotiable. So, because if you do not have a digital skill, it is not going to work for you. What I'm going to say, what I'm going to be telling you or teaching you in this video is not going to be working for you. So, I do not care if it is a video editing skills, content writing, ghostwriting, virtual assistant, social media management, customer support, operations, whatever that skill is, it needs to be a digital skill that can fetch you money, that you can do it. A real skill you can offer a client and it's going to fetch you real money. Now, the second rule that is also non negotiable is that you must have an Upwork account that is also verified. But do not fear if you don't already have an account or you do have an account that is not verified, or you're looking for how you can actually set up your Upwork account step by step. I have a done for you Upwork optimization class that takes you. I do not create an account, but I guide you and also help you optimize your Upwork so that you can land clients in the next 14 days or less. Now, let's get into the steps that can get you hired in less than 7 days. Remember, once you have a digital skills. So the first thing is your profile. Whether we like it or not, your profile is a salesperson. I will explain. A lot of us, a lot of persons, when they are starting out on Upwork newly, they are being told to just go create an account, just go to ChatGPT or Claude AI, even Gemini AI, and tell it, oh, I'm creating an account on Upwork. I need you to just give me, maybe headline title, overview. So on Upwork, it is called overview, just like we call it about section on LinkedIn, and then give me skill sections. Of course, you know how AI is tailored, right? Even if you go to ChatGPT now, say just give me the longest message I can send to someone, maybe like a stranger, it is going to compose you something without even asking you maybe further questions. So that is why it's always important to prompt it so that it gives you specific tailored results. And so when you get into that AI, it gives you all of those things. You copy it and you dump it on your headline title, your overview, your skill section, and then you begin to, wait for miracle to happen. No, Upwork does not work like that. Upwork uses algorithm, like how everything is now being run by AI. All right, so there is an algorithm that actually matches people profile based on keywords, search engine optimization. And that is what I usually just walk my page students through, or someone who book my one-on-one optimization with. But nevertheless, I'm also going to be explaining to you how you can achieve that so that you can land clients. So on your profile, the first thing you're going to be starting with, which is important, remember our profile is our sales person, is your headline bio. Whether we like it or not, that is the first thing, one of the first things that clients see that tells them exactly if this person fits what they are looking for, in terms of the talents that will solve that particular problem, business problem, and all of that. So how you can actually be able to achieve a very solid headline title that will speak to any client is first of all the skill you want to offer. Okay, so if you already have like a good LinkedIn bio profile that is ranking very well, you can also copy your headline or bio, your headline title on LinkedIn and feed it to the AI. So it has like a sample of what you want to position as on Upwork, and you can be able to use that to tailor it properly. Nevertheless, you can also research some freelancers on Upwork who are already offering the skills that you want to offer. So that is going to give you an idea, not copying them, but idea on how to position or how to word your headline so that it speaks or help you attract clients, and also rank you high. Clients also type, oh, I need a content designer, oh, I need like an operations manager. So if your headline is optimized, you're also going to rank. Now the second thing, which also would have been the first thing, but I do not like to put it first because I believe everyone already have like a very good picture they can use as their headshot photo on Upwork, is your headshot photo, right? You should get something really cool. It is called headshot, so you do not need something that shows your whole body. Something with you smiling. AI enhance your pictures. Yes, it works on Upwork, but it has to look like the real you. So you don't just go and generate a random image. You have to use your own, something you already have. Just enhance it so that it gives you more class, more aesthetics and stuff like that. Now the third thing, which is like the second thing I have, is also very important because this is where you take your time to word and put in keywords, put in SEO words that would make you rank. Is your overview, what we call the about section on LinkedIn and maybe other social media platforms. On Upwork, it is called overview. So your overview must not be written like the way you write maybe like a normal social media about section. Upwork ranking system is actually very high, and the competition there is so much. There are over 1 million freelancers on Upwork. So what do you need to do to stand out and be among the person that keeps popping up when a client? Research something, and not just that. When you apply to a job, you know there is something called best match on Upwork. So how you optimize your profile. One of the things Upwork algorithm use to give people the best match batch whenever you apply to job. So I'm going to be doing a video later on to show us what a client's profile looks like on Upwork. Because as you know, I work in operations. So I've been opportune to be on the hiring side. I've posted jobs on Upwork using my client's account. So I have seen how it actually looks in real time, and it's giving me much stronger sense of how proposals should be written, how profile should be optimized so that you can also rank high, and why Upwork also give people the best match. And if you think clients do not look at these things, you actually do, especially the best match. Clients, as there is a tab when they post a job. Upwork give them that tab to, like if the applications on that job is so much, they will just click on best match and they can get like 10, 5, 6 best match, and that might be the only people they are going to interview. The rest of the other people, they're not going to interview them. Now those other people may actually be very good, their portfolio, their skill, in fact not just even the portfolio, they have a very strong skill, but their optimization is weak, so they were not regarded as best match, and the client will just go with someone else. So all of these things needs to be put into consideration when you're optimizing your profile on Upwork. How do you now write an about section or an overview, like it is called an Upwork, that will get you ranked high? You need to do what I call reverse engineering job description to position. So you're going to look at job descriptions of Upwork on LinkedIn or anywhere else, and use that to write your about section. Another thing is to get your old CV or your CV and then feed it to Upwork, feed it some job descriptions, and it's going to help you write a better job, overview, Upwork overview that will help you rank higher. Again, if you need my one-on-one Upwork optimization, that will give you clients. And I'm not saying it's something that has not worked. I'm going to be attaching some few screenshots of all the people, my students, people that have gone on one-on-one, consultation with me, the optimization class with me, their results. People get results in 24 hours. People get results in less than 1 week. People get results in 3 days. It depends on your speed and how committed you're willing to go. So you can send a mail on the screen, or you can also check the descriptions because I'll be attaching maybe links on how you can actually reach me personally or how you can actually get my resource materials. Now, the second step, which is where the strategy is, the first strategy is actually to make sure you have a very solid, good Upwork profile, which is your salesperson, right? And the second thing is the application strategy, and this is what gets you the client, and this is what is going to help you land the clients that will pay you $50 or less. Now, I know I'm benchmarking it $50 is because a lot of persons may not number one, you may not already have a client experience on Upwork, that's one, and you may be a complete beginner who maybe just finished the training, or you're just going to be training newly. Also, if you're looking for where to train for operations management, executive assistant, appointment setting, we have a class currently going on. It has not started. Enrollment is currently going on, but class start exactly on August 3rd. So you can also check the description for how to get access into our training. Our training you executive assistance, operations management, and online business management. And in this 6 weeks training, you're also going to be getting, the appointment setting guide training. There is the guide and also the training integrated into the 6 weeks. And then you have the lead generation playbook, your tracker, remote orchestra pack. And if you also join the training, you will not have to be paying for the Upwork optimization class because that is a 3 hours live session class on its own. So check the description. Let's get back to the application strategy that I want to share with you on here. Now the application strategy I need to tell you right now is first of all, do not or stop applying to the wrong jobs. You know why? Because I feel like we we want plenty money and then we go for higher projects with higher pay. You are not in the position to compete for a $500 project on Upwork right now, even a $300 project right now, except it's an hourly rate, maybe a $3 hour, a $4 hourly rate. You can go for those. Now, the strategy that my students and other people have actually trained on Upwork optimization and getting clients on Upwork have used is to first of all look for jobs that are under $80 or under $100, or look for hourly jobs that are under $5 or at least $3 to $5. They must be beginner friendly jobs, not intermediate and not expert level. When you apply to intermediate and expert level job, you must do an expert level work. And no, I'm not even doubting your ability that you cannot deliver, but it is the client may not want to give you a chance because you may not already have a proof of work on Upwork. And there is no client testimonial for you on Upwork. So they are going to be doubting a lot of your capabilities. That is why you go for the beginner friendly, because the idea of a beginner job is that we want to give this person a chance for a token. To them, it might be a token, but that could actually help you buy so much content that will eventually help you start making so much money on Upwork. So you're going to go to entry level jobs and look for jobs that won't take more than 3 days to do. You will see it. They're called project and based jobs or tax on Upwork, and that is what you're going to apply to, and apply like a professional, apply like an expert. That is how you can actually get a client to give you a job right now. Leave 300, leave 400, leave 500, or even $250 jobs right now. If you want to get a job in the next 3 days, go for $30, $10, $50, $40, $25 job on Upwork. It might seem small. And one beautiful thing with those kind of jobs, they are tax based. So it is not a kind of job that takes about 4 weeks that goes in milestone. They will just select it. Might just be usually a project based job, right? And it's something you can finish depending on what it is. Might be just research. Help me research maybe 30 artists in the USA or Florida or California or something. These are things that have actually helped a lot of persons do. So I have an idea of what kind of projects this comes like, what kind of projects these are like. Another kind of tax or project based jobs that you would see on Upwork at that rate are maybe content design, content calendar design, not the editing, And you can also, if you're a video editor, you even have like a greater chance because I see a lot of jobs that just require to maybe take a podcast video and do something, maybe transcribe or something, and yeah, all of those plenty things. Maybe just one video, a 4 hours video, a 3 hours video, and you transcribe it and you get paid 20, 25, $30, and the client gives you a good review, because that is where we're actually getting to, getting the reviews that will help you also become a rising star, a top rated on Upwork, so that when you apply to those 500 $1,000 job, you will not be looked down on again. So the fourth thing that you also want to do with your profile optimization is your skill session. Treat it importantly. Like I said, I'm going to be making a detailed video to show us exactly when you apply to job, how it appears on client's dashboard, what they see. And you see that that skill section is actually very important. So if a client, because when a client is posting a job on Upwork, they will ask them to list skills. Now, it's actually very funny, right? So those skills they've listed, which can be maybe about 10, 8, 9, thereabout. And you also have your skill section, which allows you to list up to 15 skills. So when a client has listed about 10 skills, or let me even benchmark it at 5 skills, and out of your 15 skills, they don't even have one, two, three. One is even is not strong enough, but they can't even find at least three out of the five they've mentioned in your skills. How do you achieve that? Before you apply to any job on Upwork, make sure you use the client's skills to re-optimize your profile. At least add about three, because I want to believe that is not the only job you're going to be applying to. So how long are you going to keep doing all of that? So change it and give that job 24 hours, or maybe even 48 hours. If nothing happens, you can now maybe change it back or leave it until you have another job you want to apply to. And you can also keep reverse engineering. The most important thing is to position as the obvious choice. And how do you do that? By using their words the same way they used it, framing it, not copying them or making it look like you just want to, sound like some kind of, expert or something, but framing it in such a way that they could see your thinking. That is it. Now, the last thing, which is a mind blowing strategy that gets me job, that gets my student job, is setting an alarm for when your ID clients are awake, when they are ready to post. And how do you even know this? How do you achieve all of this? I honestly feel like you should get into my training, because all of these things are what I speak. But let me still tell you exactly how you can know how when they are awake, and when to actually, set your alarm so that you're also awake at that time, and then you're catching them in the minutes they post, 30 minutes, 20 minutes after they post, you see the job and you apply. So you're going to go to your Upwork and go to your search filters and look for jobs that are under $80, $50 or $100 generally. And then you're going to filter specifically for entry level projects, and you're going to sort the results by most recent, rather than most relevant. So you want to catch the jobs exact moment they go live. When you search the most recent and you saw that and you see that the job was posted 1 hour ago, calculate 1 hour from when you're seeing that job. That tells you exactly the time clients in that region post the job. Now, if that job was posted by a client in UK, or was posted by a client in Germany, it means that at 7:30, for instance, is when, or you can actually even time it 6:30 to 7, right? Set your alarm for that time. So it means that that time is when clients in Germany are most likely to post jobs. So you can set your alarm and then come. And there are possibilities that you would also see other clients that will post within that time, or a few minutes, or have posted a few minutes. While you are there and you're going through all of this show and you're going through all of these jobs, look for clients asking for something, very simple and fast. Maybe like a short article, a formatted spreadsheet, a social media caption, or maybe some kind of basic Canva design, or they need someone to set up their Notion dashboard, they need someone to build Notion dashboard, or they need a very simple automation setup for maybe an onboarding, how they want to onboard their clients or customers or stuff like that. And they're willing to pay maybe $60, $70, $80, $100, $50, and those are the ID jobs. So when you see them, that tells you exactly what you need to do. You can go ahead and apply to those jobs. And the beautiful thing with also maybe enrolling with us, or maybe getting my Upwork optimization, they done with you, is that you have a more specific tailored template that you can use. And now I do not give you templates that, maybe say for instance you're a product marketer, that is the skills and that is the services you offer on Upwork. I'll not give you the same template a CRM person uses, or not a CRM person per se, but a virtual assistant uses, or someone who is into automation uses. You're going to have a specific, cover letter for your services and for your ID clients. Now, we have to walk through. I'm going to talk with you. You tell me who your ID clients are and the countries or region where you want to target. That is what, yeah, like I actually package into all of the things I give you. That is why it's called a done with you. You know, we do it together, and you also learn through the process, so you do not have to start coming back to me. Maybe say for instance, you no longer want to offer product marketing on Upwork, you want to migrate into operations, or you want to move from virtual assistant to executive assistant. You already know how to go about it. So it's a one-off, but it teaches you every single thing you need to know about the process. So That is basically it. And also, when you're setting your timer for clients, let me just give you like, a more general, is it timing, global timing for most of these clients based on my research and based on what has actually worked for me over time is that clients in the UK, they are actually very active posting job between, 7:30, 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. GMT. Then clients in US East Coast, they are also available or active posting between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST. So you have to convert that to your time zone. If you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, where whatever African country you are in, convert that time. This time I've just mentioned to your time zone so you can get exactly that time for you. So Upwork is not a lottery. It is a predictable, platform system that actually works. But you have to, optimize your profile and, also set your availability correctly, your application, make sure your application strategy is also strong, and that you are also applying early and responding to jobs or works early. And if you do it diligently, like the way I've explained it, you're also going to be nailing it on that platform in no time. You're going to be getting the results that you actually wish for yourself, because that is the goal of everybody on Upwork, to make money. So execute everything that I've actually thought about in this exact sequence that I've mentioned it, and you're going to land your first remote client in less than 7 days. Like I said, make sure everything is actually optimized. Okay. So do you have questions for me? Are there things that you want to talk about? Have you been on Upwork before where you're getting clients and all of a sudden something stopped for working for you? Do you need more clarifications or something? You can always ask questions using the comment section, and I'm always available to reply to comments. All right, thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.